First things first, this is a fake account. This is not a real person. This is a Russian Trump troll farm. This is either located overseas or it's located here in America, funded by conservative Republicans. This isn't a real guy. You can tell by the profile picture or lack thereof. You can tell by the name, the very generic name followed by numbers. There is a formula, there's a structure, and you can even tell by the structure of the comment. However, still going to use it as a springboard to make my point. But we have to report these accounts for being under 13, and we have to block them from our accounts. Think of that like chemo curing cancer. Or maybe an enema. More apropos. It's important to note that this movement we know in America as the alt-right Republican MAGA movement is present in almost every industrialized nation in the world. They don't have Donald Trump, but they have a Donald Trump. In fact, in the UK, Boris Johnson was once compared to Donald Trump, and not just because of his hair. There's almost this weird thing with white people where we use the excuse that racism is everywhere in the world to excuse our racism in America. But then we also like to forget our racism in America when we point out the racism in other parts of the world. It's a beautiful little hypocrisy we've taught ourselves over the years to keep from having to admit that our families were complete trash. And I don't use this to excuse anyone's racist behavior. Not at all. There are some problematic behaviors with far-right extremist white nationalism in Ukraine, just like there is in Russia. In fact, the far-right white nationalist movement in Ukraine is probably more likely steeped from Russian attitudes when they were the Soviet Union than anything else. But don't kid yourself. White nationalism is all over the world. Wherever there are white people, wherever there are Caucasians, there are Caucasian white people who think anyone darker than them is less than them. Are you uncomfortable yet? These conversations make people uncomfortable. Most of my experience, granted, isn't with white supremacy. Most of my experience is a lifetime witnessing white superiority. Let me white-splain that to you. White supremacy, lynchings, killings, riots, and burnings and all that. White superiority, that's where you know you're better even though everybody else seems to insist you're equal. That's some mental fucking illness right there. Narcissism, sociopathy, severe inadequacy issues. So many things. So when Donald Trump was saying they need to fight CRT to the death, this is why. This reality, this truth. We are the terrorists! You can find the truth about the struggles of race in Ukraine all you want. It's out there on the internet. And I don't know about you, pal, but I think Americans probably shouldn't condone invasion on the basis of white supremacy.